here's the thing. To anybody listening to this, I know what you're probably thinking. Well, I've already seen like 10 million of those today. Because you're in real estate and the algorithm knows you're in real estate, so it shows you real estate stuff, but your audience may not see it. So still go ahead and get it out there.
And do you typically go with the trends that you see on TikTok? Because there's a great site. Well, Later, right? The app Later.
Yeah.
There's a blog, later.com/blog. But on it, they track all of the TikTok trends, like the music, whatever they're performing, whatever it is, right? They track them all. Do you follow those and do those, or do you kind of just do your own thing?
For me, I do mostly my own thing. I do use trending music all the time because why not? It's easy. And so I put music in every video. Even if it's a talking head video, I put music, even if I'll just turn the volume all the way down to like 2%. You can't even hear it, but it's there and the algorithm picks it up, right? So I do a lot of that. Occasionally I'm watching, I'm seeing what people are doing on Reels and TikTok, and there are a lot of that stuff that like right now it's going to be all about Will Smith smacking Chris Rock. There's going to be a million memes and videos, and that's going to be trending, and you might as well jump on it while the getting's good. Here's the thing, to anybody listening to this, I know what you're probably thinking. Well, I've already seen like 10 million of those today. Because you're in real estate and the algorithm knows you're in real estate, so it shows you real estate stuff, but your audience may not see it. So still go ahead and get it out there. Like if you go R&D somebody and go ahead and get it out there. And that's the case with everything trending.
If you have a different take on it, that's even better, too. Right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I find that's a really good point, man. I like that.
I don't think there's a right answer though to that question, Tristan. I think if you're a trend follower, you like those trends, you like doing that kind of stuff, by all means, go for it. If you're like, that's stupid, then don't. Like there's no one way to skin this cat.
How do you because I talked about this right before you jumped in. How do you see the TikTok stories changing TikTok, if anything?
Haven't figured it out yet. So right now I would say none. And the main reason why is because it's not formatted like Instagram and Facebook. So stories on Instagram and Facebook, it's formatted to where it's right at the top of your screen. Every time you open it up, there's these little bubbles. And so my goal is I want my bubble to be basically perpetually at the top of your feed, always. And so that just means consistency, right? Whereas on TikTok, I haven't even noticed them on my feed. So I have a hard time understanding the importance of them yet until I start seeing more of it so I can understand how to use it.
Got it. What are you noticing as far as TikTok, some trends that we should be taking advantage of?
As far as trends?
Yeah, or anything that we should be paying attention to.
Well, I think just following the trajectory and the evolution of TikTok is important because TikTok, as we talk about all the time, has changed the way companies now market. Yeah. Not just on TikTok. Like you watch Super Bowl commercials, you watch television commercials, they look like TikTok style. And so, and just based on the fact that, Reels copied it, now Facebook's copied Reels, and, YouTube added Shorts. I mean, there's a trend. There's a trend to shorter form content. But we also know that TikTok's now copying YouTube and adding longer form content because it needs to add monetization for their users, their creators. So I just think, basically having an understanding of how to use the app, which is probably the biggest hurdle. It's the largest barrier to entry to TikTok because people get on there, you start playing around with the buttons, you're like, holy crap, like I don't know what to do here. And so taking your time, watching YouTube videos, maybe joining a school like Business Video School, or there's probably other TikTok classes or webinars out there. Like take your time, learn how to use this stuff because that stuff is revolutionary. It's innovative and everybody's going to continue to follow it. So the better understanding that you have of the most innovative platform, in my opinion, just sets you apart and sets you a couple steps ahead for whatever's coming next.
I love that, man. I love that. All right, so what are you doing next, man? What are you doing next that we should be paying attention to? And then I'll tell you what I'm doing.
I was just going to ask you a question first. Let's go back to the stories question. What is your opinion on the TikTok stories before I answer that next question?
Well, I think what they're doing two things. One, they're getting away from what they were originally, and that was these short videos. And they know that that's where a lot of people live too, because they can consume videos quickly. They don't want to lose that. So they're shifting that over to stories, because now that they're extending their TikToks to up to 10 minutes, right? Now it almost changes the dynamic of how TikToks can work. So they don't want to lose the shortness of it, but they want to bring in a lot more people that want to sit on a certain topic longer. So that was my whole thinking on it. It's like, I don't know that I would go to TikTok to watch a 10-minute video, because I just want to go to the next one. And they won't lose that if they keep the stories there.
Yeah. They'll be curious to see if a Mr. Beast, for example, can penetrate and dominate with longer form content on a TikTok like he does on YouTube.
Yeah, and I think that the secret to YouTube is that it lives there such a long time, you know? Like, yeah. I can go to YouTube videos that are years old. Are we going to be able to do that with TikTok? The longer videos, right? That's yet to be seen. That's what I want to know.